It sounds like a cliché, but I also learned that you're not going to fall for the right person until you really love yourself and feel good about how you are. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to be who I really am. I'm going to figure out what that is. I don't have perfect teeth. I'm not stick thin. I want to be the person who feels great in her body and can say that she loves it and doesn't want to change anything. I stole a piece of the chess set on the first film. I took a piece of the treasure out of Bellatrix's vault on this film. And I've taken my wand and I've got my cloak. I like books that aren't just lovely but that have memories in themselves. Just like playing a song, picking up a book again that has memories can take you back to another place or another time. In terms of men I fancy, I think the actor James Franco is gorgeous. But I find it odd to be described as a sex symbol myself. I've probably earned the right to screw up a few times. I don't want the fear of failure to stop me from doing what I really care about. I'm not going to school just for the academics. I wanted to share ideas, to be around people who are passionate about learning. The difficulty for me is that I'm interested in so many different things. I could never really imagine myself doing one thing, and I'm pretty sure that I'll end up doing 4 or 5 different things. I think there's this idea that lipstick is something quite old or something you'd only wear at night. People don't really understand, but having people stare, and point, and take pictures, even if it is in a positive framework, is quite isolating. There's no two ways about it. You feel a little bit, freakish. I want to be a Renaissance woman. I want to paint, and I want to write, and I want to act, and I want to just do everything. But it's a journey, and the sad thing is you only learn from experience, so as much as someone can tell you things, you have to go out there and make your own mistakes in order to learn. As a child, I loved being on stage. I loved singing, I loved the lights, I loved the adrenaline. I even loved learning lines. I was completely obsessive. I'm a multidimensional person, and that's the freedom of fashion. That you're able to reinvent yourself through how you dress and how you cut your hair or whatever. I just loved performing. It just made me feel alive. It's scary, but that's part of it. I think it's important to have that extra adrenaline. It gives you that extra zing. Hermione is so close to who I am as a person that I've never really had to research a role. I'm literally rediscovering what it means to be an actress. I just try and surround myself, for the biggest proportion of time that I can, with people who make me feel normal, because constantly feeling abnormal is quite difficult. I dance a lot and I run and do yoga and play field hockey and tennis. I like to be active. I don't always have time for that stuff, but I do always feel better afterward. I'm very crafty. One time I made a television set out of a cardboard box. Everybody thought it was a lark. This was the beginning of a love affair with the arts. I have had no control over my life. I have lived in a complete bubble. They found me and picked me for the part. And now I'm desperately trying to find my way through it. Yes, I will put it out there. I will work for anyone for free if they're prepared to make their clothing fair trade and organic. It's really hard to get people interested in it. If I could wear any label forever, it would be Burberry. It covers a huge span of stuff. You can't go wrong with a classic trench and a pair of jeans. Acting never was about the money for me. Maybe in 10 years, I'll be able to appreciate the fact that I am financially stable and independent and I don't have to make bad choices. I can be very picky. When I started dating, I had this kind of Romeo and Juliet, fateful romantic idea about love, which was almost that you were a victim and there was a lot of pain involved, and that was how it should be. I try to avoid wearing black because sometimes it's the easy option. But I'm young, so it's nice to be able to play with color and not just wear black all the time. I can save that for when I'm older. The entertainment industry is pretty nuts, and having had that experience outside of it and going to university has really made a big difference. It's important to me to feel like I have my own life. I think when you take away all, like, the premieres and press stuff and all the special effects, then you just come down to the fact that it's all about acting, and I think that has been the best bit for me. I always have several books on the go at any one moment, so it's no good you asking, "What's on the bedside table at the moment, Emma?" because often I can't even see the table. It sounds so geeky, but I really do like studying and reading, and if I'm not working on Harry Potter, then my greatest relaxation is to sit with a book. It's very hard to describe your own style. And I'm young, so I'm still experimenting. But I think it's quite British and very much about individuality. It's quite stressful knowing that every time you walk out the door, someone is going to be giving you a very good look up and down, judging everything you wear. I'm a real Londoner. We have very grey weather in London, and I think it encourages a very eclectic and crazy fashion sense. I mix high street stuff with more high-end fashion, and I love vintage. I had a job when I was 10. I started living on my own when I was 17 or 18. I've earned my own money, I've traveled the world. What would I rebel against?